I like my border security like I like my sex. Sure, I have boundaries, but occasionally I let a Mexican man sneak in.
I remember the day the candle shop burned down. Everybody just stood around and sang happy birthday.
My friend asked me, if you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? I said Cold War Russia.
When I was in America, I really got into the culture. I went into a shop and the guy said, "Have a nice day," and I didn't, so I sued him.
And this farmer came up to me, he said, "I've got 68 sheep, can you round them up for me?" I said, "Sure, 70.
A very common male fantasy is to have two women at the same time. One to cook, one to clean, eh?
My proctologist used to be a photographer.
Yeah.
Hey, he took x-rays, told me to bend over and say cheese.
Some gold-plated chains would make a nice retirement gift for a very, very good slave.
You know what, man? I got a parrot. The parrot talked, but it did not say I'm hungry, so it died.
I had a dream. I had a dream that all the babies prevented by the pill showed up. They were mad.
There are immigrants that have come to America, stolen jobs and murdered the local population. And we call those immigrants the Founding Fathers.
My girlfriend's family are quite religious. I remember the first time I went to stay with her at her parents' house and her dad wouldn't let us sleep together, which was a shame because he's very attractive.
Is it a boxing glove or is it a shoe? Is it a boxing glove or is it a shoe? Is it a boxing glove or is it a shoe? The answer is it's a torch.
I like rice. Rice is great when you're hungry and you want 2,000 of something. All right.
Oh, I met a sexy girl a few weeks ago who worked in a restaurant making hamburgers. She told me she could make a big boy in 3 minutes and a boy big in 2 minutes. Very sexy.
I went to a proper showbiz party recently, and Brad Pitt was there. And they say never meet your heroes, but I think Brad handled it really well.
I remember when I was 7, my grandmother said, "Stephen, come over here." And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You know, you're over there. Now come over here." I said, "All right." And then she said, "Here's $10, and don't tell your mother that I'm giving this to you." And I said, "It'll cost you more than that."
When I was a young boy, my dad said to me, he said, "Tim," he said, "you can be anything you want to be in life, the sky's the limit," which made me sad, because I wanted to be an astronaut.
And I was a very ugly kid. Every time my old man wanted sex, my mother showed him my picture.
It's kind of an insane case. 6,000 ants dressed up as rice and robbed a Chinese restaurant. I don't think they did it. I know a few of them, and they wouldn't do anything like that.
I play tennis in L.A. I live in Los Angeles. I play tennis with my friend Doug. The thing that's depressing about tennis is no matter how good I get, I'll never be as good as a wall.
€2 from the sale of every one of my DVDs goes to the poor, underprivileged children of Cambodia. Who manufacture them?
My theory of evolution is that Darwin was adopted.
I was walking by a dry cleaner at 3 a.m. and the sign said, "Sorry, we're closed." You don't have to be sorry. It's 3 a.m. and you're a dry cleaner. It would be ridiculous for me to expect you to be open. I'm not gonna walk in at 10 and say, "Hey man, I walked by at 3, you guys were closed. Somebody owes me an apology."
You make love to the right woman, Johnny. It's beautiful, beautiful. I mean, the last time I made love to my wife, it was ridiculous. Nothing was happening. I looked at her, I said, "What's the matter? Can't you think of anyone either?"